Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today I'm going to show you how to use Windows built-in security feature to scan your computer for viruses. Something that maybe not everyone knows is that Windows has its own built-in antivirus that comes with your installation of Windows for free, and it's as good as, if not better, than most of the antiviruses that you're going to pay for, because a lot of them get a lot of their virus definitions from Microsoft directly. Although it's oftentimes good to have another one like Malwarebytes to just kind of double check between two different scanners just to make sure it catches everything that might be hiding on your system. Better safe than sorry. So to scan your computer with Windows built-in Defender/Security, all you have to do is open up your system settings and then scroll down to Privacy and Security. Inside of here, you'll find things like Windows Security, Find My Device, Recommendations and Offers, Speech, and Inking and Typing Personalization, Diagnostics, Search, Location, all this different stuff down here for app permissions. But what we want is just Windows Security. And then we can open up Windows Security by clicking this button here at the top. So Windows Security is going to have a bunch of different options to help run you through and keep your computer safe. If there's any alert like notifications on any of these buttons, you can click on it and then go through what options have been disabled and see if you want to re-enable them. These are things like account security, firewalls turned on, threat protection, automatically scanning, device security to this, tweaks core isolation and security and all that jazz. But what we want is we want to go to virus and threat protection. Inside of here is where you will scan your computer to see if there's anything wrong with it. With a quick scan is usually all you need to do. And if this is enabled, it will automatically periodically scan your computer for viruses and then give you a little pop-up that lets you know if it found anything. And you can manually do a quick scan like right now, which, depending on if you have an SSD or an HDD, which is a physical drive that spins, it might take 1 to 2 minutes to quickly scan for the areas of your computer that are most likely to get infected with a virus. Because the ones that are the easiest to get are the ones that go into specific locations. Now, this is definitely not a substitute for doing a full system scan, although a full system scan is going to take a lot longer, and it's going to eat up some of your processing power in order to do a full system scan. So it's recommended to do that sort of thing when you're about to go to bed so it can do it overnight. And the more files you have on your computer, the longer a full system scan will take in order to figure out if you have any viruses or whatever. All right, so once it's done, it'll give you a little pop-up in the corner to let you know if it found anything. It didn't find any threats on my computer, which I just had to do that earlier today, so I didn't expect it to find anything. If it does, you'll see them pop up in the virus section to see that you have actions needed in the virus and threat protections area or in the ransomware area. If it does have something pop up, you can just either quarantine it or delete it, whatever becomes available to you from Windows. It's usually best just to delete stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be quarantined. Like if it was going to damage something, I would have already done so. Sometimes Windows will scan for things that are not actually viruses. Certain types of installers for well-known indie developer like software that are open source can sometimes get flagged by virus scanners, and you can just, allow it or tell it to ignore it, which is what the allowed threats section is going to have in it. Otherwise, one of the things you want to make sure is that your virus and threat protection section here is up to date. It's basically just like a list of what all of the different viruses look like so that Windows knows when it's scanning what is a virus and what isn't. If there's a new virus and you haven't updated this in a while, it might not find it when you first start scanning. So it's a good idea to go to Protection Updates, check for updates to make sure that you have the most recent version of the virus definitions downloaded on your computer. It only takes a moment, and then it's a very small file, so it'll download real quick, and then you can scan again. And then down here, you also have ransomware protection options, where you can enable controlled folder access, which does a better job of protecting certain portions of your computer that are often infected by ransomware, so that you're extra protected, especially if you like going on to weirder parts of the internet. I have it turned off by default. I might turn that on later, but the option is right here if you want it. You can also set up OneDrive for recovery options in case your computer gets compromised, but I don't want to pay for OneDrive, so I'm not going to do that. You can also go here to scan options, which will give you different options for different scans that you can perform now. I just did a quick scan, didn't find anything, but you can also do a full scan. You can do a custom scan where you determine what locations on your computer you want to scan. Or you can do an offline scan where it'll turn off your internet and then do a Microsoft Windows Defender offline scan to see if it can find or remove anything that shouldn't be there. But it will have to restart your device. It takes about 15 minutes, as it says right here. I don't need to do that because I do a full scan once a month, and I've already done that this month, so it's not really important. But again, if you do a full scan, that will take longer depending on how many files are on your computer and what kind of hard drive you have. I recommend you tell it to do that and then go to bed. It should be done by the time you get out in the morning. If it's not, that sucks. Hopefully it's close to being done, or, you can complete it later. Because these oftentimes let you pause it too. You can also see your protection history. There was some app that I told it not to block forever ago. I forget what this was. It was back in 2023. That was the only thing that's ever popped up for me when I had this system. So there you have it. So basically that's how you use Windows security to scan your computer and see what may or may not be wrong with it. I hope you found this helpful. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.